Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.
So fast today, Melissa. I promise you, because we had to reschedule a recording session because of me. I'm going to go so uncalled for. I am going to go so fast. I'm the Flash. I'm the new Flash because we need a replacement and I'm available. I'm free and I'm here and I'm ready to take it on.
Because you can run so fast. And you look very coordinated doing it too.
Oh my God. This is so fucked up and offensive. And like, you know what they say? It really is the people closest to you who are your biggest haters. They want to see you
I was
fail.
not hating on you. I'm thinking about how Jamila Jamil talked about how she was going to be in a superhero movie in one of them. But she couldn't because I imagine that she runs like you do.
I've said before, and like my running has been described as a sack of bones and bones tied together with floss. And I have heard that it is characteristic of, she has diagnosed EDS. I do not have diagnosed EDS. Do I open my DMs every day to one person being like, I think you have this thing? Yes. But I will not claim it until I am diagnosed, if I am diagnosed. But apparently that is a characteristic.
Yes. Yep. But I do like how she is in She-Hulk as Tatiana, but Tatiana just kind of stands there, looks at her phone a lot, so it works for her. So you could have a feature in
I'm great at
superhero
stunts.
movies.
Like, let's not get it twisted. If any fucking casting director is listening, like, let me tell you right now, call up my stunt double from Freakish. She would be like, Megan tries so hard. And she said, if you make the stunts work for what looks good for me, because I'm just going to tell you right now, no matter how coordinated are, if you're tall, you'll look like a grasshopper doing a lot of things.
Yes.
So when they coordinate it and they choreograph it in a way, I like to do that stuff. The running, not so much. Was my running ever used in Freakish? No. My stunt double was used for every running shot, I think, ever. And she is so strong. She's got fantastic legs, a great ass. And I was like, please, film her running away and use that clip instead of me with and she has smaller feet than me. And you know me, our director was like, you really come into a room feet first. And I was like, well, it's also your guys' fault because you made me wear these giant Nike Air Maxes that are the size of skis. They are huge.
Well, they fit your feet, so it's not...
It's also the width and the height of them. Like,
Yeah.
They're a chunkity shoe. Chunky.
I ran for the first time this week since
From what?
forever. No, I was just running outside.
To somewhere?
Nope.
Leisurely.
Yes, as an exercise.
Why?
Because I wanted to.
On the sidewalk?
Yes.
How are your knees?
It's not really my knees. It's more my lungs that we could be concerned about.
I'm concerned about your lungs. My knees are perfectly whatever fine. You're doing. I'm more, but I mean, the sidewalks in Los Angeles are not necessarily incredibly conducive for running on them.
The street over from mine, it's I think because there's schools. There's a school right there. It's perfectly flat, and so I ran the block right there.
Maybe that is the hack. Yeah. Running near schools, because if the sidewalks are
they have to be compliant too.
Yeah. And this is not like a knock on LA City. It's mostly we live in earthquake country, so like
it's not just earthquakes, but also they planted trees that shouldn't be planted, and so the roots are now growing under the sidewalks and making the sidewalks stick up.
Yeah, and when you also pair that with the earthquakes, the roots are never we have enough earthquakes that like nothing is ever able to like actually like get grounded or like settle down or be like, okay, cool, I'm acclimated. It's like, no, we just got to give you a little shaky shake every once in a while. So it's like, okay, well, cool. Now my roots are going parallel. I'm not going down at all. This is just too hard. So we have I think this is beautiful, but I'm sure you, Miss HOA, would be like, let me call the city and get this shit fixed up.
Props.
But because of what you taught me, because when it rains a ton, then we have like the potholes and all of that stuff and like cracks in like the sidewalk. There are some like relatively larger, not larger, but artfully designed or spontaneously artfully happened. These cracks in the road on the like couple blocks around us, and one car, it's in front of their house. They always park there, and it literally almost looks like a circle around the wheels, and there's just all these like wildflowers and like greens like sprouting up from it, and it looks beautiful. I love it.
Here's the thing. As long as it's not a hazard to people or cars, whatever, I'm fine with it. But that sounds like that if it rains a little and then a car drives across that, especially with the grass growing in the middle of the street, that it's a hazard.
It's very narrow, if that helps. Like it's like a little cross.
Because it's going to get bigger. That's the thing. It's just going to gradually get bigger. So if you feel it now, you know, not that I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything, but if you feel it now, then it won't.
I beg to differ.
Then it won't continue to get bigger. I'm not out filling holes myself, and I would never.
No.
Because I believe that a professional should be doing it, so then you don't have to have somebody come and fix it.
No, you're the delegator. You're very much the Arnold Schwarzenegger is a Mormon flying, doing his white savior, building a nowhere near up to code or safe, quote unquote, home for a family to live in. You are the ones being like, no, we're going to plan this, and then we're going to hire people who live there, give them jobs, pay them, and have professionals do this, so this is not crumbling around them, and there will be no photo ops. This is utilitarian. We're getting shit done.
Exactly.
You know, he would have liked you, I think, on his campaign or his team.
I would have been no sexual favors, Olivia Pope, where I don't believe in his.
He does sexual. I mean, he's a man, so I'm not. What was his shtick?
No, I'm just saying, like Olivia Pope was helping a Republican that she didn't actually believe in his ideology.
Yeah. Well,
so there would be no sex between us, but I would be like his Olivia Pope.
I was also going to say, Arnold Schwarzenegger is definitely a Republican written by Shonda Rhimes currently. Like he's a scandal era Republican. So, but a welcome change.
Yeah,
we could give him to Florida. I would love that.
Yeah, if he should move to Florida and be their governor.
Yeah. I think that's a really great idea.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
Arnold? Hello. I know you're listening. Hi. Okay, well, anyways, hi, welcome to See You Next Tuesday. Melissa, how are you doing on this fine day that is not a Tuesday for us, but a Tuesday for them?
Yeah, I'm doing spectacular, actually. Why? No reason. I just woke up in a good mood.
Melissa, that's the best thing in the world. Like, if you could bottle that and sell that to Big Pharma, you would make so much money. I always think it's so much better to be in a good mood for absolutely no reason at all, because it's not reliant on anything.
No, not at all. And yeah, life's good. Nothing exciting has happened. I haven't heard back from the thing that we were discussing last week, and see you next Tuesday. But yeah, things are good. How are you? Wait, before we get into that, I do want to say, sorry, I cut you off. I do want to say, if this is your first time listening, this is not how our regular episodes go. This is more just of us getting together and chatting. Just two besties together, but not actually together.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say not actually besties. And I was like, take that back, bitch.
That would be awful.
That'd be so mean. You'd be doing it as a joke, but I still wouldn't like it.
No, I don't like to mess around like that.
No.
That's one line I won't cross.
No, and I appreciate that, because it's also not one that I will do either. Like, I do not enjoy like the joking thing of like, haha, I actually hate my friends. Like, they're the worst, and like you're like, I don't like you. And I'm like, that's not fun.
It's not fun. And as y'all know, as you should be regular listeners, if you're listening to this, to those friends, I say, why are y'all friends?
Truly. You know who's not a regular listener, who's definitely not listening right now?
Mods?
I mean, that goes without saying, but Erica. Erica, this is your shout out.
Yeah.
And you're not going to hear this firsthand. Someone's going to tell you. And my bets right now, you and I probably have the same bet for who is going to tell Erica that she was mentioned. We're not going to say who it is now, but our next Patreon live stream, we'll follow up.
You'll follow up, but they most likely won't be on that live stream.
And that's your only hint. Hey, speaking of, join our Patreon. It's so much fun. We do 2 live streams every single month where we just like hang out and chill. And I don't know how other people do like their live streams in regards to like whether it's like Patreon or any sort of like tiered system for anything behind a paywall or whatever. But I would assume ours is more casual than other people. So like you're not watching like a live episode. Like we're literally just hanging out and talking and laughing. And it's a good time.
It is.
It does not remind me, but I don't know if you have been following the Colleen Ballinger stuff, which we're not.
I do not want to get into that.
I was going to say, so like we're not doing our next episode of But Am I Wrong is for Cheetah Girls 2. So we're not doing like a nominating worst of the weeks or whatever. And like she would definitely, without a doubt, be mine. But it like made me think about, so she's in all the like was in all these group chats and like doing all of these like, you know, separate things with like fandoms and stuff. And I would never refer to like our audience or the people in our group. Like if I referred to the people who we spend we hang out with in our live streams as fans, they would roast us. They'd be like, you're such a fucking loser. Like, why would you call us fans? Like, we're not your fucking fans, you fucking loser. And I would be like, true. Like, no.
Because
like,
if anything,
honest.
They talk more than we do.
Without a doubt. Like, they're just like, you, if anything, you're a matchmaker, and like you set us up to be friends with each other. But I was just like thinking about, I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely have, whether like, depending on what you deem like appropriate or inappropriate, kind of like like things that like, oh, like a state of power and you should be like having discussions or whatever. I'm like, but like we think about those things. Like we don't answer calls from people who are younger than 18 years old. Mm-hmm. And we like, I don't know if we've ever even had anyone in our live stream who's younger than 18.
No.
And also like if there's anything inappropriate happening in there that's like a liability or in a way is not like safe for other people in there, and like if someone's like saying, like, you know, like we monitor that, but we're still managing to like make an entire fucking podcast where we like, you know, talk about like period sex and like when penises smell like cheese, and you know what I mean? Like you can still be like raunchy and do all of that stuff without involving children, which I just think is so wild.
Her whole shtick, I never liked it. And and I felt uncomfortable because a big part of it was about touching children, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I didn't
And
know
I don't
much.
understand.
Yeah, it was never my brand of comedy because I was like, oh, this is also like for kids. And then now, like,
But it's
seeing all of this
not.
stuff, I was like, oh my God, this isn't for kids. But like, that's like, it's just so odd to me that like you have to intentionally, because like I know people who were like beauty gurus or like who would do like vloggers, like, you know, that very highly saturated area, like era of back to school videos and like all of that stuff. And you inevitably age out of that and they're no longer your peers. And then I know people who would, you know, have a separate bedroom that was like their quote unquote teen bedroom to like make them appear young. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they would do all of this stuff to appeal to a younger audience, but then also wouldn't be showing themselves drinking, like wouldn't be swearing, like would be doing this whole thing to like become a brand that's consistent with the content that they're putting out and appealing to a younger audience. Like you have to go out of your way to do that because they're not your peers. And so like her whole thing is just baffling to me that it also took this long. Like she was this big and I had no idea. And like the difference between her and Shane was like I didn't watch Shane's videos. Like I didn't know much about Shane, but if you asked me if Shane was an uncontroversial person, I would have been like, no. Like I definitely knew that like he was like, I wasn't into his sense of humor. It was like quote unquote edgy. And then when it came out, I was like, oh, this is far more than, or when not when it came out because it was all posted, but like when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is far more of that. But like when he collabed with Jeffree Star, I wasn't like surprised because I don't even think I learned about Jeffree Star until after either. I just knew he was also, but like for her, I'm like,
he even talked shit about her though.
I know, I saw that clip.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
I got something to share if you don't. Do you?
I don't know. I was just giving you an offended face in case I don't think I do have anything to share.
I have
one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I just would like to say it's a very big moment for me, Coco, our editor, as well as Brits and Brit fans around the globe. Love Island has started again. And I am pretty fucking excited. I'm enjoying it already right off the bat. I'm looking forward to it. I am not caught up, so maybe by the time this is out, I don't think I will be. Nobody send me any like spoilers, but it's all happening. I'm excited, and I'm ready for summer. That's my only update.
Yay for you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to send you something. This is interactive.
Okay. Fan involved. Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of interactive, I need to upload that picture of Shaq.
Oh, I had some Shaq news too. but I don't remember what it was.
Oh my God. Oh, did you see? There's a commercial that was made specifically for me, minus one person. One of the Mannings is in it. Peyton Manning, Bob Manning, Terry Manning. What's the other one? Peyton and Eli. I don't know which one it was, but there is an ad for, I don't know. It didn't work that well because I was just excited, with Snoop Dogg and Andy Samberg.
Wow.
It's like people are taking like my favorite things, my favorite people, and putting them together. And everyone's like, this is an unlikely pair. And I go, it's not if you knew me and knew that I loved them both individually.
Okay. So check your email.
My email? Damn,
Yes.
This is really interactive.
Yes. So if you haven't noticed, which you probably haven't because like who actually reads show notes, but the last 2 weeks for See You Next Tuesday, I have been having Bard, which is Google's AI, write the descriptions. And so I asked Bart to write a podcast conversation for Don't Blame Me. Keep in mind, I did not put in our names. I didn't put in any information about us. And it came up with one and I have another one for But Am I Wrong? And I would like us to read through this.
Okay, I just want everyone to know that we are not acting, nor are we writing. We are being ourselves. I am not crossing any picket, and I am in full support of all of the strikes.
Yeah,
writers, SAG. Yeah. I just want everyone to know that this is not a SAG production.
This is not SAG at all.
At all. If it would, my health insurance would be cheaper a month.
Okay, and also it put our names. It included our names and gave us dialogue for this.
Oh, Melissa, I see. I'm preparing.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm letting the people know. Okay, so what we're going to read is what the prompt has told us. Like, this is Megan's line and this is Melissa's line. And again, I did not put our names in here. It just knows. So go ahead.
Wait, how does it know? Because it.
All I did was I said, give me a conversation, or what did I say? Write a podcast conversation for the show Don't Blame Me.
Wow. Hey, that means our SEO is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Don't Blame Me. I'm your host, Megan Rinks, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Melissa Montz.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here.
So, Melissa, shut the fuck up. So, today we're going to be talking about Disney Channel original movies. I'm a huge fan of DCOMs, and I know Melissa is too. So, we're going to be talking about our favorite DCOMs, the ones that make us feel better and the ones that are plain unhinged. AI is coming for our jobs. Oh my God.
I'm so excited to talk about DCOMs. I grew up watching them, and they always make me feel nostalgic.
Me too. I think DCOMs are the perfect escape from reality. They're always so heartwarming and funny.
Exactly. And they always have a happy ending, which is what we all need sometimes.
God, AI versions of us are so earnest. So, what are some of your favorite DCOMs?
Okay, now we're getting into complete lies. I love High School Musical and Camp Rock. Those are two of my all-time favorites.
She's never seen either of them.
Nope.
Those are great choices. I also love the Cheetah Girls and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Which error? That is not a goddamn fucking DCOM. That is a show. You want to say that there are Sweet Life. I think the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on Deck. Was that officially a DCOM? Sweet Life of Zack and Cody movie? That was actually just called the Sweet Life movie. So.
Yeah, it is a DCOS, if you will. Disney Channel original series. Those are all great too. I think what I love most about DCOMs is that they're so relatable. They're about kids going through the same things that we all go through, like trying to fit in, finding love, and dealing with family drama.
I also find Smart House incredibly relatable when my house turns against me. Exactly. And I think that's why they're so popular. They're like comfort food for the soul.
Well said. So what are some of the DCOMs that are just plain unhinged?
Melissa, this is terrifying. It is. Oh, there are so many, but I think the one that takes the cake is Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Melissa, that's not a fucking DCOM either. That's just a Disney movie. Like, this isn't even a DCOM. Wow, they're stalking me. By the way, very quick sidebar. There is someone on the pop culture subreddit there's someone on the pop culture subreddit who definitely follows me on Instagram, because after I've been posting like all of the, like, I'm watching this decom today, like Competitive Teenage Drama Queen, and I post like my whole series of like all of the videos, they literally were doing like, remember this decom? Like, how nostalgic. And then they're every single day that I'm the one that I'm watching, like after I've watched it the next day, I'm like, excuse me, some credit. Not that I did anything.
Hopefully they're listening and they know that you're onto them.
And big fan.
Yeah. Okay. That movie is definitely unhinged. I love it. I've also never seen it. Go ahead.
I know, right? It's so over the top, but also so funny.
And Lindsay Lohan is amazing in it.
She really is. She's so quotable in that movie.
Like, I'm so excited. I could just vomit.
Or, I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. That's
Mean Girls. Those are classic lines.
So, those are just a few of our thoughts on Disney Channel original movies. What are your favorite DComs? Let us know in the comments down below. And that's a wrap on this episode of Don't Blame Me. Thanks for listening. Imagine if that was just our podcast, like our whole episode. I'd be like, okay, like what was the fucking point of that? Wow.
Oh my gosh.
At first, I was like, shit, AI is coming for our jobs. And I said,
definitely not.
No, they're not. They don't have the spice that we have.
No. And like, also, the information was just wrong.
Well, and also, like, I thought that was like what they could do that we can't, is like the factual information at the drop of a hat. But like, if I'm correcting you on Googleable things, like, I feel like this is like a serious flaw.
Yes, and this is from Google's AI, so they have the power. It's there.
They just don't respect.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe they just don't have the nuance that humans do to understand the difference between
exactly.
a Disney original film or a Disney feature film and a Disney Channel original movie.
Yes. And so I believe, I've seen writers in the WGA talk about how like you can't do nuances with AI. So like they're not really that worried.
No.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And also, like, there's one thing I don't get with AI that, like, people who are like, oh, I'm just going to enter this in and it's going to get all that information. I would be like, well, how do I know that any of that is right? Like, that's like...
You have to fact check it.
Yeah. So, like, I just find it, like, this whole... Like, I would never just believe something that I read unless it's funny or I want to. And, like, that's like a stupid fun fact, not like a full-on AI prompt that I have like a question and it's like the solution or the answer to. But that is really, really, really fucking funny.
Oh my gosh. I just read the first couple of lines of it and I was dying and I was like, I'm not going to read the rest. I want it to be fresh for when I share this.
Like, I just also love you saying, hey, everyone, it's great to be here. Is this NPR? Like, what the fuck? As if, like, you're not here all the time. It's like, hey, everyone, great to be here. Like, it's just so stuffy. That's fucking funny. I'm so glad that you shared that.
I've been sitting on it for days, and I have been waiting for this. I was ready on Tuesday, but you were not, so.
Okay, just for everyone to know, the reason I was not ready was because I wanted to blame it on my pharmacy. I accidentally sent my request to refill my prescription to the wrong email address for my psychiatrist. So then she didn't see it, and then I sent it again, and then she also didn't see that because I kept sending it to the wrong email address, apparently. I just need to start a new fucking thread. And then I called her office, and they were like, oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't get it, but I logged on to that email and now I see it and we're sending it. And so then it was like a whole ordeal that I couldn't pick up my meds until the day we were supposed to record.
Okay.
So that's my excuse. And Mont was like, do you want to like raw dog filming it? And I was like, that's not really a question that I can answer. That is up to Melissa. And I am going to say that the likelihood is probably not.
No. And, today is kind of a tough day for me to record. But I would prefer to have a tough day today than a tougher raw dog day, you know?
Yes.
No reason to make life harder than it needs to be. And I don't want that for you either.
No. And also, I also don't want that for our audience, especially in regards to like, for like, but am I wrong or whatever? Like that to me is like whatever. But like, I also, giving advice
this week
and
because
stuff,
we're doing Cheetah Girls. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If it was another week where we're actually taking prompts from the audience, no. But like,
No.
we need
High
to be
stakes.
respectful. Yeah, we need to be respectful to our audience. So
yeah, and also
if we were just doing bonus episodes, just
that's fine.
talking, I would have been like, actually, let's try it and see how funny this episode goes.
No, but yeah, it's just like and especially when people they aren't close to someone who like has like ADHD, like I don't want to say I can come off like insensitive or something, but like, you know, when I'm just like, oh, my brain, blah, 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 like I'm trying to organize my thoughts and it's not, you know, I have to think about the tone of voice that I have, you know, all of those things. So thank you for being understanding and rescheduling.
You're welcome.
And you caught me on a day where I did my neti pot last night, and I think I need to start doing it towards the evening because I did it in the morning once, and I did get a nice little opaque, little grainy thing, and I was like, satisfying. But when I do it in the evening, I wake up and my head is not dying because like I haven't slept with all of that. And I'm going to do it again tonight. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that if I do that for the next 4 days, I will not need to go to urgent care to get a fucking goddamn Z-Pack because this is definitely a sinus infection. Like, I just know it's a sinus infection at this point. But they can usually go away on their own. And I would like that.
But it's been like 2 weeks at this point, Megan.
It has. So they say they should resolve within 10 days, and if not, but they also do say that you're more susceptible to them if you have a weakened immune system, which I do. But I also ran out of my allergy meds, and I got my allergy meds again. So now that I'm double fisting my Dayquil and my allergy meds, so I've got like a decongestant and then the other kind of thing that they talk about. So I'm thinking if I may be able to kick this on my own. I just don't want the antibiotic poops again, but I'll do it if I have to.
But you also have terrible poops anyway.
I know, but I don't need another variable thrown in there, or I don't need a constant thrown in there because it's more of a constant. But yeah, you know, I should probably go anyways, just for them to double check how the toe's doing.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah. I recommend, especially because no, never mind.
What?
I was gonna say that I'll be out of town, but like, so we might need to like maybe just put out bonus episodes for the first week of July, like do a couple of them, but we have another week, so never mind.
And I mean, I'll come next week. I'll come.
Yeah, and I would like you to be healthy and not make me sick.
Yeah, well, I mean, my snot's no longer colored, you know? And I don't have a fever, so like I'm not that's like, it's just stuck up there. Yucky.
All right. I think that's it for this episode.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed, and I hope that we can all sleep a little bit sounder tonight, knowing that AI might be coming for some things, but it's not coming for us.
Nah, not at all. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Woo!
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.